necessary to have outside counsel for this negotiation?
Yes. I have never been involved in a union negotiation. All of my involvements as the attorneys in this position, those types of specialties are hired out. I think he did the last negotiation. I don't remember the subject matter he told me, but I don't have those notes in front of me.
Gotcha.
But it's highly recommended in this case.
Yeah, I have no question about that. Just everything that's, in light of everything that's been said this evening and things of that nature, just in good faith, and I'm not really concerned with which side of the, I shouldn't even have to call it an argument that you stand. I mean, we're getting ready to pay somebody way more than the raise we just offered, or we just approved for Mr. Sessions, but somebody just to simply sit through something that's already been agreed upon. So,
well, you have to understand, it's not agreed upon. It's agreed upon by the firefighters, but the council has to be advised on whatever round.
I understand that. I understand the need, but I'm just saying we're having to do these things, and everything we do costs money. And I'm just trying to bring back to the point of making sure that we keep all that in perspective. So what would be the pleasure of the council concerning agenda item 6A? I'm sorry.
I make a motion we can proceed with the retention of Mr. Robert Harkin.
Second.
All right, motion is second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, like sign?
Aye.
I'm sorry, you opposed?
No, I said aye. I'm sorry. I
You're
was
good.
late getting it out.
That's all right. All right, so
Yeah,
it's
I was slow.
special rules. Okay, so that is approved. I'm sorry, Mr. Sessions, item B.
Number B, last meeting we discussed the lease agreement, and we discussed that we need to go ahead and go farther out, 10 years. I talked to the representative of the Danny Mott property, and they agreed to 10 years, and they're fine with it.
Okay.
I'd appreciate it if y'all went in and approved that.
Well, it's a two-part.
You're right, it's two-part thing.
But is there more added
I think
to that?
I think the minutes, if I'm not mistaken, y'all already agreed to the 10-year, so the lease was placed in there in its revised form to show the 10-year term. We just have to go ahead and put the start date. The second part of it is the addendum that's in the packet.
Okay.
I want to make sure that's y'all's
All right,
understanding.
so-
That was my understanding from the minutes.
So the addendum, oh, okay, we're not dealing with the addendum right now. Is that what you're saying?
We'll do-
Because there's another part on here about the $10,000, and then there's something that was added on here about taxes.
Okay, so the lease is the same lease you had last meeting, that I believe had 1-year terms, and there was discussion about if we're going to make improvements, that we need to be able to capitalize on our improvements over a longer period of time, and so that was the 10-year. So pretty much an easy way to say it is, for informational purposes, I put in the revised lease to show the 10-year term, whereas the last one showed a 1-year term. So the lease should be good to go. And so new council action tonight would be to approve or consider and vote on the addendum that's in the packet.
There was more put into the addendum than what you're saying right here. That's what I'm asking you about.
Can you give me an example?
That, it was about the property taxes that, so this was something else that was put in.
So the addendum has not been put into the lease.
Okay.
You have to approve, if you want to, you have to consider tonight, is a better way to say it, whether or not to add the addendum.
Okay.
So if you vote yes, I'll revise the lease one more time for execution with the addendum in it. If you vote no, then he'll have to go back to Ms. Mott and explain to her that the addendum did not pass.
So the example I believe that the attorney put in there was, let's just say that the taxes went up $1,000, which I don't know much about how much they've gone up. I don't know, they would go 1,000, but he put in the example that it would be 83.33 a month. You know, each month would be increased.
Plus the 5,000.
Right.
And I put the example in there both for the council and Ms. Mott, so that everybody would be on the same page, that if there is an increase, it would be paid pro rata over the next calendar year.
The other thing
We're
is,
paying we're paying,
certain things to
paying
get
her
them,
to pay the taxes, we're paying the taxes for.
to get the building up to useful position, they will eat the cost of this, okay? So like electricity get put in, or an air conditioner gets put in, something like that, that's what we expect when we move into a building. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do our own permits and do our own internal work, but the amounts of what's needed to get it up and running will be taken away from the monthly rent.
So in other words, that they're paying for the improvements, and what we're saying is that if the improvements, increase the tax base because of the improvements, then we would pay
Then we will pay.
simply
Okay.
only the increase. So
Okay.
whatever, at stage zero, whether that be tomorrow or next week, we determine what the tax rate is now. And then when they get their new tax notice,
If it
if
goes,
it went up $800, it would be 800 divided by 12 over 12 installments. So we're not paying it all at one time.
all right, I got you there. Something like that.
All right, we'll do the pleasure of the council.
This would be on the addendum.
The addendum, yes.
Make a motion to approve the addendum to the lease agreement.
Second.
All right, discussion?
Yes. So we just talked about, we're gonna make the improvements, and we're going to subtract each month what we paid for the improvement. So if the improvement for that particular month was $6,000, $7,000,
We would have to spread it out. What I would like to see is make sure that they have a minimum of $2,500 a month. And if we did a $6,000 improvement, we would spread it out over time, 3 months or whatever, to allow them to still get some income.
does that need to go into the contract?
It can.
They can.
Okay, I think it
It's an
should.
understanding.
It should, because if you were to go away and somebody else is here,
True.
that's all we're about, that needs to be added.
Okay, well, we'll just put in there that there would be a minimum of $2,500 payment based on repairs and upgrades. Is that fair?
That goes into the lease agreement,
It goes into the lease
not the
agreement.
addendum?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
whichever.
it could go to the addendum
We,
too.
I could expand
Put
the
it in the
addendum.
addendum.
Okay.
And I've actually discussed that with Ms. Mott. I said, I don't want you to get less than this somewhere while we're doing these repairs. You don't know how much you're gonna cost, but I want you to get some income along the way so that you want to continue to lease it to us.
Not only does it seem beneficial and necessary for it to be in the contract for us, but for her as well. Like, that's gotta be something that I'm surprised she didn't demand anyways.
We can,
You
if y'all
feel
are
this
good with
discussion?
it, add that, I'm good with it.
How do you do that?
I think it would be we'd have to go back and do a new motion,
Motion.
rescind those two motions.
You can rescind those two motions
And make it with the.
comprehensive, and I just revised the addendum, send it to Mr. Gill, he can distribute it, and go from there.
Make a
I
motion.
rescind my second.
All right, then.
I'll make a motion for the addendum with the agreement we discussed, $2,500 a month be placed into it.
They would receive a minimum of $2,500 a month. Any repairs would be prorated over the next however many months it took over and above that. $2,500 we're not giving them to repay us. So if we're out $6,000, then it would take two months and a bit to get our $6,000 back. They still have to pay the base property taxes also. They still need that income because they have that obligation.
Yes, sir. All right, motion.
No, you had to rescind the motion.
He made the motion.
And I think I seconded.
Did you second it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you, I'm sorry. I was
Oh, okay.
motion and second. Any further discussion? Sorry. Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, like sign. All right. Moving on to item C.
All right, item C is revised resolution 2026-05, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Live Oak, Florida, authorizing the execution of a federally funded Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery CDBG DR Rebuild Florida Infrastructure Repair Program, subrecipient agreement providing an effective date and for other purposes. The reason this is revised, the revisions came only in the whereas clauses, because we've got so many of these CDBG grants. We blended the other CDBG grant as far as the language of what was going to be done or perform the duties. And so we went back and just made it clear.
Okay, be the pleasure of the council.
I make a motion that we approve the revised resolution 2026-05.
Second.
All right, motion and second discussion. Okay, hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, like sign. Revised resolution number 2026-05 is approved.
Now, that resolution and approval we just did, it says at the bottom now, not to exceed 2,500. That would be part of that motion. Am I right? Am I reading
First,
right?
you're talking about from D?
Pass that.
The
That
item,
was on
All right.
the prior item.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
yes.
Okay, I thought we, all right, let me catch up. So we on J now?
We're on D.
D.
Yes, sir. Item D.
I'm on G.
Go ahead. Yes, sir. Discussion on D.
All right. Discuss with possible action, award the bid for RFP 03-2026 design and build for Heritage Park and Gardens.
All right, we have those in front of us here. We have in our packet that was given to us here this evening. The recommendation to the City Council is to award the contract to Gamble and Associates Construction of Live Oak with the bid of $180,000. Will be the pleasure of the council.
All motion that we award the bid to Gamble Construction at 80,000.
I'll second.
All right, motion and second discussion. All right, hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, like sign. All right, bid is awarded to Gamble and Associates for the dollar amount $180,000. Moving on to agenda item E.
City Council Resolution number 2026-07, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Live Oak, Florida, accepting a bid from Gamble and Associates related to the design and build of new restroom, the concession facilities, and a pavilion expansion at Heritage Park and Gardens in Live Oak, Florida, providing for the award and execution of the contract for a price not to exceed $180,000, and providing for an effective date.
Be the pleasure of the council.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 2026-07.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, like sign. Resolution number 2026-07 is approved. Moving on to agenda item F.
Discussion of possible council action bid RFP 04-2026 for purchase and installation of 2 standby natural gas generators.
All right, that's the second page in the handout that we provided tonight. It is recommended that we award the bid to Cornerstone Community Partners. I'm saying,
We don't have,
It's native.
I'm sorry, I'm reading
We
that.
got it out of order. This is,
Just to make sure that goes on the record, that was not my fault. That was Mr. Gill put it in out of order.
that's right.
All right, so the next, I'm sorry, the correct should be the recommendation to the City Council is award a contract to Native Electric of Live Oak, Florida with the bid of $74,434.91. Be a pleasure of the council.
Make a motion to award the bid to Native Electric of Live Oak with a bid of $74,434.91.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes. Regarding that, we had allocated $450,000 for that $74,000 item. When we initially did this for $450,000, aside for it, I had concerns about it, and I brought that up. I said, that's quite a bit of money to put aside for a generator. But we moved forward on it. So now we have $375,565.09 that's left. And I'm going to suggest or ask the attorney, how can we move that into a capital road improvement fund for Pinewood Way, Heavenson Street, and Mussey. That is what it be tagged for. The $375,565.09. And then when we come up with budget for next year, that we add more so that we can get those roads paved.
That would have to be another agenda item for a budget amendment to move that into that category.
Okay, so.
And what were those streets, Mr. Robinson, Pinewood Way?
Pinewood Way, Heatherston, and Mussey. That's what that money is tagged to be used for.
The only concern I have with this, there may be hookup money. These are the two generators, but there may be the actual hooking up to the two buildings that may cost a little bit more. It won't, it should be a whole lot more.
But then you can come back.
Right, I can let you know what those costs are.
Yeah, but then you can come back and ask.
Right.
So we need to have it, add that to the, we request to have that on the agenda already for next,
Or,
May? For the
Okay, so we request
transfer of
to have
the
that
budget
on-
amendment?
yes,
Yes.
okay, right.
Yes.
And and I want to make sure that it is tagged for those particular streets, because the
If we can,
citizens need to see some of it.
if we can take that capital improvement money and move it to infrastructure, that's where the funding issues might be in finance.
And then next budget year, we're gonna add more so that we can get some roads paved and some infrastructure done, because
All right. Did we,
We're in discussion.
we're still on discussion, I'm sorry. Any further discussion concerning the RFP? All right, hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, like sign? All right, so award bid RFP 04-2026 goes to Native Electric of Live Oak, Florida for the bid of $74,434.91. Moving on now to item G.
City Council Resolution number 2026-08, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Live Oak, Florida, accepting a bid from Native Electric of Live Oak, Florida, related to the purchase and installation of 2 standby natural gas generators, providing for the award and execution of a contract for a price not to exceed $74,434.91. And providing an effective date.
Providing an effective date. We've heard from the resolution read. What would be the pleasure of the council?
I make a motion that we approve 2026-08.
I'll second.
Motion is second. Any discussion on this one? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, like sign. Resolution number 2026. Did you?
No.
2026-08 is approved. Next agenda item H.
Resolution 2026-09.
So, Mr. Gill, correct me if I'm wrong, but we need to award the bid.
So I think H and I need to be,
We worked into the resolution.
It is? Okay.
So the bid has already been awarded?
For Cornerstone Community Partners.
No,
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 that's a different one.
no.
that's different.
So we need to have discussion,
Baker
possible
Tilly.
action, a bid on RFP 02/2026.
Oh, no, it was done in the previous, last meeting, and I think it was,
I think it was tabled because the tabulations were,
yes. Too many of these minutes.
Yeah.
All right, so.
H, I believe.
H.
Yeah.
We're on
Three
H.
bids, yeah, we three bids.
we're on H, but I think we have to award the bid
Right,
before passing the resolution. And then I think that is the one actually on page 2 of your packet of bid tabulation.
yes,
This is the one that
correct, page 2.
Cornerstone.
Yes.
All right, so prior to
It is Cornerstone.
the item H, we have to kind of ad lib, I guess, here. Is that
We just do it as
permissible?
part of the resolution.
All right, we'll do it as part of H. The first part of H will be to see if we approve the awarding of the bid to Cornerstone Community Partners of St. Petersburg, Florida, coming in with a bid of $187,500. Be the pleasure of the council.
I make a motion that we accept the resolution 2026.
Well, just the bid first.
Oh, the bid.
Yeah,
Okay,
part
all right.
RFP, sorry, the RFP, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
well, I make a motion that we accept the RFP for Cornerstone.
I'll second.
All right, motion and second, now discussion concerning the bid. All right, hearing none, all in favor? Aye, opposed, like sign. So the bid is officially awarded to Cornerstone Community Partners of $187,500. Now, part 2 of that would be the resolution.
City Council Resolution number 2026-09, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Live Oak, Florida, accepting a bid from Cornerstone Community Partners of St. Petersburg, Florida, relating to grant administrative services, providing for the award and execution of a contract for a price not to exceed $187,000.